Hey guys, I'm bringing you a very interesting June real estate update, showing you guys how sales are significantly down, inventory significantly up, and what I think is going to unfold in this market. Here we go. All right, guys, so the first thing that I do on every month is show you guys where we're currently at, right? In the last 30 days, we saw 2,600 homes actually come on the market. So new listings that came on the market. Now we only saw about 2,000 homes actually sell and close, be totally removed from the market. And on top of that, even worse, we only saw about 1,750 homes actually go pending, right? So we saw about a 40% increase in inventory that came on the market versus inventory that actually went pending. So we're seeing that trend continue of more inventory versus demand that we have. All right, guys, so this month we're doing a deep dive, right? So I'm gonna show you guys a lot of graphs right now. The first graph that I wanna talk about is new listings versus sales. As you'll see in this graph, we've been outpacing consistently month over month inventory versus sales. We've had a pretty even sales numbers, somewhere around 1,500 new transactions happening in our general market, and we're seeing over 2,000 new listings come on the market. So that's pretty consistent. I've talked about this in recent episodes. Now, the graph that really grabbed my attention is that accumulating graph, right? That shows current inventory versus actual sales. Now, this graph grabbed my attention, and sure enough, we've seen that accumulating effect of inventory outpacing demand, right? And now we're seeing these inventory levels get up 40, 50% higher than they've been in the past. So this is usually the key indicator of where prices are gonna go, right? This usually tells us, oh, we have too much inventory, not enough demand, we're gonna see prices start to adjust. So why are we not seeing prices adjust? Well, sure enough, if you look at this monthly snapshot, you'll see we've only seen prices start to adjust, a fraction of a percent. And that's mainly for the reason being homeowners are sitting on their properties most likely in a under 3.8% mortgage rate or interest rate, and they're not extremely motivated to sell. And if we see that continue, there will be a breaking point where the market will either light back up and we'll start seeing more sales, or we'll see people start to lower their prices to create the sale. But right now it seems like the market is holding strong. So guys, what do I think is going to unfold? Well, looking at the numbers, I do think we have to see some type of price give, right? We just have too much inventory, not enough demand. Not necessarily too much inventory. I shouldn't say that, because really it's a demand issue that we have right now. Just buyers are sitting on the sidelines. And the reason why I can say they're sitting on the sidelines is because we're actually still getting a ton of views on our website. We're still getting phone calls and interest, but buyers are sitting still or sitting on the sidelines, just kind of trying to time the market. I can also say that because if you look at this graph of the money market accounts, we're at some of our historic levels for people just putting their money in money market accounts. So basically liquid assets that are sitting on the sidelines waiting to be invested, right? So everybody is sitting on the sidelines waiting for maybe a correction in the real estate market, correction in the stock market, so they can deploy these funds. Now, I feel really confident that if we start to see any type of depreciation or value start to shift down, we're going to see a lot of people start re-entering the market. What will also push that will obviously be interest rates. As soon as we see interest rates come down, let's say they come down 1%, right? We're going to see a section of that buyer pool get back in the market because they can get the mortgage payment that they want, right? The next section would probably be at 4%. We'll see even more buyers come back into the market and start deploying these funds. Guys, so what do I think is going to happen? We're probably going to see a short-term depreciation, that's going to be quickly rebound into probably more of an even market where we see values come back up to where we are today. And why can I say that? One, because of what I just showed you about how much money is sitting on the sidelines. And two, is really the lack of housing that we have here in California. There's multiple studies on this that we are down somewhere around 3 million units in California alone, meaning we need 3 million new properties to be built and come on the market before we can match the demand that we have here. So obviously, we're in a market too in San Diego that is so closed in that it's just going to limit the amount of inventory that we can create, right? We're Pacific Ocean, Mexico, Camp Pendleton. We can't just create more land. So especially for San Diego, I feel like values will have to either come back to where they are today, if not start to go up. That's why I stopped investing in other markets. I invest only here in San Diego because I'm a big believer in this big stat here, and that is that we just don't have enough housing. So all in all, guys, to wrap this whole episode up, we need to keep our eye on these inventory levels and keep our eye on the values, right? If we start to see values come down, then we'll see how long that lives before the market bounces back. All right, now on to my buyer and seller advice we do every single month. For all my seller clients out there, this is not the time to shoot for a number and see if there's somebody out there that's willing to pay it, right? You have to be the next to sell home. You need to look out at your competition, the current inventory, and say, am I the next to sell? Am I the better price at the same condition, right? Or better condition at the same price? I need to be the easy choice because there's just not that many buyers out there. And for my buyer clients out there, first-time home buyers, VA buyers, great opportunity for you guys to not have competition. Go out there and negotiate on a dream home that maybe you love, and potentially get the seller to do what's called a 2-1 buy down, where they can buy down your rate 2% the first year and 1% the second year. Then you would just refinance to what the current rates are. So it's a great game plan. If you guys have any questions about either of these, please reach out to myself or somebody here on the team. Take care.